Good morning, dear students. Hoping you all are in good health and good mood. And I also hope you must have heard the summary I have forwarded earlier of this chapter from the diary of Annie Frank. So, today let's read it from the textbook line by line. I am going to explain you a few introduction is given here, some introduction before we read the actual story. Anneliese Mary Annie Frank, born 12 June 1929 and died somewhere during February or March 1945. She was a German born Jewish girl who wrote while in hiding with her family and four friends in Amsterdam during the German occupation of the Netherlands in World War II. It was the time of Second World War, and when the Germans invaded the Netherlands, her family had moved to Amsterdam after the Nazis, the Germans, gained power in Germany. But unfortunately, the family was trapped when the Nazi occupation extended into the Netherlands. And as persecutions against the Jewish population increased, the family went into hiding in July 1942 in hidden rooms in her father Otto Frank's office building. After 2 years in hiding, the group was betrayed and captured and transported to the concentration camp system of the Nazis, where Annie died of typhus, a kind of typhoid, in Bergen-Belsen within days of her sister Margot Frank. Means her sister Margot also died just few days before she died. Her father Otto, the only survivor of the group, returned to Amsterdam after the war ended, and he found that her diary had been saved. When he saw it, he was convinced that it was a unique record. So he took action to have it published in English under the name The Diary of a Young Girl. The diary was given to Annie Frank for her 13th birthday. Her father presented it as a birthday gift on her 13th birthday, and the chronicles, means the events of her life from 12 June 1942 till the last entry of 1st August 1944 were written. Sorry. It was eventually translated from its original Dutch language into many languages. Exactly around 70 languages it was translated, and it became one of the world's most widely read books. Billions of people have read it. There have also been several films, television and theater productions, and even an opera based on the diary. Described as the work of a mature and insightful mind, the diary provides an intimate examination of daily life under Nazi occupation. Annie Frank has become one of the most renowned and discussed of the Holocaust victims. Holocaust means mass killing of thousands of people at a time. Holocaust. Now, what she writes, let's read it in her own words. Writing in a diary is a really strange experience for someone like me. Not only because I have never written anything before, but also because it seems to me that later on neither I nor anyone else will be interested in the musings of 13-year-old schoolgirl. Means, who would be interested in the musings, means thoughts of only a 13-year-old girl? Oh well, it doesn't matter. I feel like writing, and I have even greater need to get all kinds of things off my chest. Means there are so many things inside me which I want to take out. Paper has more patience than people. I thought of this saying on one of those days when I was feeling a little depressed and was sitting at home with my chin in my hands, bored and listless, wondering whether to stay in or go out. I was thinking. I finally stayed where I was, brooding, thinking, yes, paper does have more patience. And since I am not planning to let anyone else read this stiff backed notebook, this diary, grandly referred as a diary, unless I should ever find a real friend, it probably won't make a bit of difference if I write a diary, and as I am not allowing anyone to read it unless any true friend I find, so it will not make any difference, so I should write it. Now I am back to the point that prompted me to keep a diary in the first place, means why I kept the diary in the first place. That point was, I don't have a friend. Let me put it more clearly, since no one will believe that a 13-year-old girl is completely alone in the world, and I am not. I'll have loving parents and a 16-year-old sister, and there are about 30 people I can call friends. I have a family, loving aunts, and a good home. No, on the surface, I seem to have everything except my one true friend. All I think about when I am with friends is having a good time. I cannot bring myself to talk about anything but ordinary everyday things. Means with those people, I only talk about ordinary everyday things. We don't seem to be able to get any closer, and that's the problem. We talk to each other, but we cannot get close to each other, and that's the problem. Maybe it's my fault that we don't confide in each other, we do not trust each other. In any case, that's how just things are, and unfortunately they are not liable to change. The things are like that, and I don't think they are going to change. So this is why I have started the diary, to enhance the image of this long awaited friend in my imagination. I don't want to jot down the facts in this diary the way most people would do. I don't want to jot down the things like most of the people write the diary, but I want the diary to be my friend, and I am going to call this friend Kitty. Means she considered the diary as her friend, true friend, and she named it as Kitty. Since no one would understand a word of my stories to Kitty if I were to plunge right in, means if I directly jump into start writing, no one would understand. So I would better provide a brief sketch of my life, much as I dislike doing so, though I don't like to talk about my life, but I feel unless I give you some background, you won't be able to understand. My father, the most adorable father I have ever seen, did not marry my mother until he was 36. Means he married at the age of 36 and she was 25. My sister Margot was born in Frankfurt in Germany in 1926. I was born on 12 June 1929. I lived in Frankfurt until I was 4, and my father emigrated to Holland in 1933. Remember, Holland and Netherlands are the same, or we also call them Dutch people living in Holland or Netherlands. So father migrated to Holland or Netherlands. My mother, Edith Hollander Frank, went with him to Holland in September, while Margot and I were sent to Aachen to stay with our grandmother. Margot went to Holland in December and I followed in February. I also went there. When I was plunked down on the table as a birthday present for Margot, means when I was born, and it was just kind of birthday present for my sister. I started right away at the Montessori nursery school. I stayed there until I was 6, at which time I started in the first form when I was 6. And in the sixth form, in sixth class, my teacher was Mrs. Cupres, the headmistress. At the end of the year, we were both in tears as we said a heartbreaking farewell. When I have to leave from there, we liked each other, so we both were sad. In the summer of 1941, Grandma fell ill and had to have an operation. So my birthday passed with little celebration that year. And then Grandma died in January 1942. No one knows how often I think of her and still love her. This birthday celebration in 1942 was intended to make up for the other. The grandma's candle was lit along with the rest, means along with my birthday candles. Candle for grandma was also lit. The four of us are still doing well, and that brings me to the present date of 20 June 1942. Four of us, father, mother, me and sister Margot. And the solemn dedication of my diary. So this was the entry of 20 June 1942 she wrote. Next we will be reading in the next part. That's all for today. Thank you. Bye bye.